where Miu Miu's clothing pieces are cheap, okay? And why they fall under this pattern is because you're selling cheap clothing pieces for thousands of dollars for them to break. Like people were saying in the comments, what happens when someone who isn't an influencer posts about this and wants a refund? This is what happens when luxury brands start treating their community like they're disposable. Hi guys, I'm Tati. Welcome to Tati's Media, where I get to inform you while offering my perspective on different things in the media. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about brands and their poor treatment on their influencers or their community in general. Today's preface is that I'm not here to target any brands or any community specifically. I'm not anti-brand, I'm not anti-influencer, I'm not anti-collaboration. I just think that we see a lot of patterns with these brands and we need to see what these patterns are, how we can fix them, and what exactly is the issue. When we talk about these things, we raise awareness so that other brands know what not to do, or so that these specific brands can start incorporating different things and different policies. Another thing I want to say is that there is a lot going on in the world, no doubt. And because there's so many things going on, I always say that I'm not the news, and I still stand by that. My purpose of the channel is to basically create conversations about different things and offer my perspectives and see if we can come to different agreements, etc. Through that, I get to inform you guys of news that happens throughout the week. But there's news that I don't want to talk about. There's a lot of dying and destruction going on around. I don't want my channel to always be gloom and doom. So while I do understand that it's important for me to inform you guys on things and that we talk about these things, there's some things that I just don't want to talk about. So speaking of that, today's video, I wanted to give a little bit of break from the politicians and the destruction and investigations that are going on with a lot of different people right now to talk about how brands treat their communities and their influencers. But one consistent theme. Let's get introduced to the influencers we're talking about today. Firstly, we have Kaye. He is a massively respected fashion and model on TikTok. Kaye has worked for some of the biggest luxury brands. My sister and I actually enjoy watching his TikToks. We're obsessed, okay? Obsessed. And the second influencer we're going to be talking about today is Anika Shei. Anayka is a lifestyle creator known for her aesthetic content, soft-spoken confidence, overall ability to make everything look like magic. I love Anayka. I've been watching her since forever. She's so inspiring to me. Obviously, Wisdom is too. So I'm just saying, I'm very familiar with who we're talking about today. Let's get into what happened between them and these brands. First, we have Wisdom versus Miu Miu. So Kaye spent over $18,000 on clothing pieces from Miu Miu. This wasn't a haul or a PR. He paid for these pieces from his own money, okay? Wisdom was a paying customer who believed in the brand and was supporting them with his own money.
I've never made a video like this, but I went shopping today at Miu Miu, and as I'm sure you guys know, I'm a big Miu Miu fan. And I went in today and I spent a good amount of money. How much money did I spend exactly? $18,000 roonies. I spent $18,000 roonies in Miu Miu. And as soon as I get home, honestly, this might be responsible for me to even do. As soon as I get home, everything broke. Like, here's a vest that I got, right? I got this vest. This button came off. I was about to put it on. The instant I opened it, this button just came off. Look, you can see it's some of the fabric. Like, I just opened it normally. Like, in fact, I didn't even get to really open it. I was taking the button just out like that, and the first button just came off. It just came off immediately. Now, that was the second item to break. The first item that broke was this sweater right here. This has never happened. Like, I've never gotten multiple pieces from a place, and things are just breaking as soon as I get home. This is genuinely fucking abysmal. Like, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for the fact that, but like, if this was the first thing that broke, if this just broke, I'd be like, wow, what the hell? And I go about my day. But the fact that two things broke, this is insane. Zipper came off. This one, I unzipped it. I put it on. As soon as I'm trying to zip it up, boom, zipper breaks. I'll show you what the zipper broke too. Because when the zipper broke, I was like, all right, maybe I can just fix it. That was my first thing, was I could fix it. There's like a little piece that goes right here. And then you would stick it through with the zipper. But the piece fell off again. Like, I thought I fixed it. As soon as I picked the jacket back up, it just fell off, gravity. And I don't even know where the little piece is now anymore. It's probably somewhere on the ground. But I kid you not, I literally just got home. Like, generally speaking, that's the Miu Miu bag right there. I just took it off, and then that's another bag from some shopping. I literally just got home. I was just gonna put this stuff away, and the moment I get it, it just starts breaking. Yo, imagine spending that much money at a place and everything just breaks. That is unfucking-lievable. How bad is the quality of your merchandise? I'm a big Miu Miu fan. I like Miu Miu. But that's so disappointing. I'm not even making this video for any reason other than I'm actually in genuine shock. This has never, oh, I thought something broke again. This has never ever happened in my entire, like, this just happened. Like, I'm just like, whoa. Anyways, in the grand scheme of my life and life in general, not a big fucking deal. Life moves, the world continues. But yeah, that's crazy. Step your fucking game up. That's honestly fucking unbelievable.
This video got over 3 million views, okay? And Miu Miu sent him a replacement. But this is what happened with the replacement clothing items.
The people at Miu Miu have sent me replacement items for the 2 items that broke as soon as I got home. And I posted that video. And I took it down because we were discussing like, oh, we'll get you new replacement items or we do a refund. And I was like, I really like the items, so I'll just get new replacement items. So here we have a new vest and we have the new sweater. And I'm making this video because if it does happen to break again, I have to have this recorded. Like, it would just be insane for me to come back again for a second time and be like, it broke. So I don't think it will, but I'm just gonna open everything live on camera so you guys can see how it goes. The quality test, on camera Miu Miu quality test. All right, so we got the first jacket. The issue was the zipper, right? So I put it on the zipper, like I immediately just went down, so let's see. All right, good, we've closed. Nice. Okay, nice. We'll pull. Okay, it's looking good. Pretend like we're about to put it on, right? Normal. Nothing crazy, just opening up the jacket. There's no way, bro. This is unfucking-believable. There's no way it's broken again.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching it and I was like,
mind you, I'm opening this up like regular, like you're about to, you're gonna open it up to put it on. Like I'm not doing anything.
I don't even know.
I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary here. And we got another button broken. This one worked. This one was fine. The zipper worked, at least for now. Who's to know how many trials and how many times I have to zip this up and down for it to break it? Because I didn't think it would break, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna post this. Like surely I'm not gonna post this video. But now, that's crazy. Damn.
They broke. Again. Apparently, they did in fact refund him after 2 of their clothing items, the same one, broke. They refunded him his money, and Wisdom actually had things to say on his controversy.
But yes, I returned the jacket, got my money back. And a lot of people are making this a lot more conspiratorial than I think it is, so I'm kind of just going to clear the air about a few things. There's no collaboration going on in me. This is not like a collaborative PR move or anything like that. And I'm also not deliberately doing this to hurt their pockets in like an evil way or anything. I genuinely was just shocked at the quality of the clothing that I purchased. That was really just it. I want you guys to imagine this as well. Like, really think about this. As it should not be a surprise to a lot of people, have a lot of luxury clothing items. Yes. I spent a lot of money on these luxury clothing items. Yes. Thousands of clothing items that cost thousands of dollars. Yes. We all know this. So imagine my surprise when throughout all these items that I bought, some of them are archives, some of them are new season, a lot of them are even secondhand clothing. So someone's even worn this shit before I did. Out of all these clothing items I've never had anything break. Now, I'm not meaning the number is 0. I mean like a few things here and there through wear, of course, in a more natural way. But I've never had anything break before I even use it. So when I made the video, it was out of genuine shock. I was like, what the hell? Because not only was it one thing, it was 2 things. I think I mentioned in the video, if it was one thing, I probably would have been like, crazy, and I would just handle it. But the fact that it was 2 made me go, what's going on? And I'm fortunate. I can take a hit like that, even though there was a refund and I got the refund. I can take a hit like that and move on, and like it's like whatever, not a big deal, right? But for a lot of people who are saving up money to buy these items, or in situations where a refund isn't available, this is so much more catastrophic, So that's why I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, the quality of luxury clothing, and that's why that conversation is so valid. I was just shocked because genuinely, I just had never had that happen before. So yeah, genuinely just so crazy with the amount of luxury clothing that I buy. And I mean, like I'm buying something damn near every other day for content. Like it just does not happen, which is crazy that it doesn't happen. I guess I'm kind of lucky in that way. I don't know how that doesn't happen, but like it just doesn't happen. I don't have quality issues with luxury clothing. I don't. I'm not getting special reinforced clothing from somewhere. I'm getting the same stuff off the racks and off the whatever that people are getting when they buy luxury clothing. Like or I'm getting it, like I said, secondhand, other markets, whatever. So yeah, it was just kind of crazy. And yeah, maybe they didn't like reach out to me, like DM me and be, oh my god, let's replace it for you. I had the sales associate's number, so I was like, yo, did you guys? I literally go, did you guys sell me like faulty items? Because I was genuinely so confused and shocked. And they're like, oh no, this is awful. Like, we can send you replacements. I was like, yes, please, thank you. It's not your fault. Obviously, the person I'm talking to, it's not their fault that this happened. So I told them, yeah, that'd be great. So when the replacement items came and the other one broke again, I literally just messaged them back again, like, hey, this broke. And then they were like, do you want a refund or we can exchange? I was like, just give me a refund. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. There's nothing more sinister or convoluted going on behind the scenes. I was just genuinely shocked because out of all the luxury clothing items that I buy, which is a lot, and it was just frequently, I don't have quality issues with them. This is the first time ever. And I mean, like, in the past, long time ago, there's this giant French fashion house where like one time I had a quality issue with it, but that was like one time out of a bajillion times. So again, if this had happened before in the past, I would have already made a video about it. This has just never happened. So yeah, crazy stuff. Just thought I'd make a video addressing all that. And you guys are actually very funny. That's all.
Overall, people were saying it's not about the money, it's about the basic quality of the clothing. So people are actually taking to the comments to say they clearly have a quality problem. I ordered their silk short, and that's how I received my order. It was worn with a hole. That is absolutely devastating, especially because Miu Miu is clearly expensive. And people were also saying that it's crazy that he had to return these even though they broke. Then there was some arguing in the comments saying if this was right or wrong. Someone replied, why would they? No clothing store will just let you keep the pieces after it breaks, you just return it. And then somebody said, I wonder how this would be handled from Miu Miu when the customer isn't a big influencer. There's a girl whose glasses broke and they refuse to fix them without payment. So I actually saw this TikTok and I want to hear what she has to say.
We do really need to talk about Miu Miu's quality because I got sunglasses gifted to me on July 9th by my best friend for my birthday, and by July 13th the glasses had broken. And I took them to the Miu Miu store and they were like, oh, well, like, you should, they like gave me the whole rundown. They were like, we don't have them in store and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. And they were like, we'd have to send them out. And so I was like, okay, like, I assumed it was just a screw that probably fell out. Why a screw was falling out on my third time wearing a pair of sunglasses, especially a pair of sunglasses that cost more than $500, I don't know. I don't know, like, what's going on at Miu Miu, but they really need to get it together because it seems to be an accessory problem.
So we've heard enough from Miu Miu. Let's get into Anayka's experience with Anua. Anua Global is a Korean skincare brand that's been gaining a lot of traction in the clean girl, soft aesthetic space. They invited her to an event, which seems, of course, like a great opportunity for an influencer. Whether you're a well-known influencer or a micro-influencer, brand events are beneficial for both parties. So they invited her, but according to Anayka, things were getting a little weird.
I have had my fair share of weird encounters with brands, but I need you to tell me if I'm bugging, if I'm tripping, or if I'm in the wrong here. Anua Skincare reaches out to me on August 13th to invite me to their LA pop-up on September 18th. This is an exclusive event. They're inviting specific creators for this pre-launch event. Thank you so much for thinking of me and considering me and wanting me to be a part of your event. Delicious, wonderful. If you look at my bios, if you know me, I am from New York. I'm on the East Coast. You're inviting me to something in LA. I'm at a point in my influencing career when a brand invites me somewhere, they're paying for my accommodations. Cool. Anua says they will pay for my travel accommodations, not hotel. I say cool, whatever. That's no problem. Now I have no other reason to be in LA besides this event, and now that's me traveling 6 hours, so I want to make something of it. So I set up a dance class for me and my friend Layla to do out there in LA, and I'm also having a couple of business meetings out there, only because I knew I was going to LA for this. When a brand is paying for your travel accommodations, it's usually secured by 2 weeks before, or at least a little bit more in advance, because obviously nobody wants to pay trillions of dollars. Great. Almost a month later, on August 10th, my team tells me that Anua is asking if I'm willing to travel economy. Now, I'm not a bougie bitch. Whatever, cool. But for me personally, when it comes to flights, anything over 3 hours, I like to do things with extra leg room because I feel trapped. I feel like I'm in jail. I feel like I'm suffocating. I don't like that. And I'm so very blessed that I have the money to afford those kind of accommodations. So I tell my team, it's cool. I will pay for my own upgrade. Economy is fine. And then I told you the event was for the 18th. It's for later in the day. It was probably at like 4 p.m. So honestly, my schedule is type busy. So I wanted to go to LA for that morning on the 18th. My team tells me one of the flight options that they wanted for the 17th. And I'm like, why am I going the day before? I would actually prefer to go the 18th. They say, oh, they're having a dinner and they would like for you to be a part of it. Can you shift your schedule around? Okay, now y'all want me there on the 17th. Okay, I will do that. Great. So I'm figuring out my hotel accommodations. I'm paying for my flight upgrade as a personal preference. And now I'm shifting my schedule to be there a day early for what they're asking for. Cool. I'm still down. I'm still like, okay, I'm supposed to go to LA on the 17th or the 18th, and we're a week before and I still don't have any confirmed flights. So I'm getting a little concerned. And on Sunday night on the 14th, 3 days before I'm supposed to go, I get an email notification for a flight. Anua Skincare booked me on Frontier Airlines. Am I crazy? Am I crazy as fuck? Am I crazy as fuck? Now, when you consider the fact that you're booking this super last minute, you had a month to secure whatever accommodations for me. I tell you, oh, I will upgrade it myself. You book me on an airline that can't even be upgraded. Like, to me, that feels disrespectful. Am I crazy? To me, that feels disrespectful because it feels like you trying to give me scraps. Like you think, oh my gosh, she'll be happy to come be with us anyway. So we'll just put her in the back, put her in row 33E. Yeah, make her pay for her hotel. Yo, like, don't play with me. So I told my team to tell them to cancel it. I'm not going to your event. And now I'm going to LA for no full reason, but at least I'll be a little bit at peace. And if you want to come see me, I am having a dance class on the 20th, me and Layla. Tickets is $5. I just want to see y'all. So if you're in LA, come see me. And please tell me if I'm bugging. Like,
at that point, Anayka, she's not going, right? She's frustrated. It's booked late. She's going out of her way to be there. They're not paying for her stay. She's done. And somehow, Anayka was still receiving a little bit of criticism on this. Comment reads, I love you to death, girl. Love your content and everything you stand for, but I fear we are losing the plot. You are super blessed to have the resources and income you have from this very chill job. Paid flight is a paid flight. Okay, so Anayka replied to the comment, and let's hear what her response is.
I had to respond to this comment. And first of all, I want to say thank you for all your support, but I need you to understand this line of thinking will land you in very dangerous and miserable situations. At no point in your life should you be saying, oh, I'm just grateful for whatever I can get, or, just settling for the scraps and, oh, whatever they give me. No, you need to know your worth. You need to know, like, that you are of value, and you shouldn't just go around accepting bare minimum because you feel like, oh, well, that's the best I can do. At least that's not the way I operate. Like, that's crazy. First of all, you sought me out. I was never going to LA. You sought me out for me to come to this event, saying, oh my God, we love you as a creator. We'd be honored to have you at our event. You can't even secure that I have a safe and comfortable flight. That's it. I'm not asking for first class. I'm not asking for you to put me in the Ritz. I'm not asking for a red carpet rollout. I'm asking for the same level of standard that I keep for myself. I don't fly Frontier. Who wants to fly on Frontier? Like, I understand how you think. Maybe this is crazy because you're coming at it from the perspective of, oh, this is a very chill job and you're very lucky to have these resources and income. Yeah, 100%. I thank God every single day. But my time is something that I cannot get back. I'm working very hard on things that I'm very passionate about. I took time away from that so that I could go to this event that Anua invited me to. I even planned events around it so I could make the most of my time, so it wouldn't be that I would just fly 6 hours to LA and then fly 6 hours back like the next day just to go to this event. Again, I think y'all don't understand. Anua is not inviting me for shits and gigs. They're not inviting me because, oh my God, we want you to have a fun time. They are looking for a service. This is my job. They are looking for promotional services for me to use my platform to support and spotlight their brand. And I go to a bunch of events. I make a bunch of organic content because that's just normal. That's just chill. But it's like, don't pretend like they just gave me this once in a lifetime opportunity to go to LA and I need to be so grateful. Like, am I crazy? Like,
Okay, we'll get into what I think very soon in a minute. But before we do, Anayka did say Anua responded to her and reached out, but it wasn't what you would expect.
Hi guys, I'm in LA now and Anua contacted me. And when I say they contacted me, I mean they contacted me, right? And I'm gonna give y'all a full tea because I'm not fake. I hate when people do story times or whatever and they don't give you like the full after effects. I'm gonna let y'all know what happened. And I got my iPad, so I'm dead ass, even though this is like a little funny. But I posted my video about Anua maybe at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I went about my business. I'm chilling in my house. I get a text at 1:30 in the morning. Who's texting me at 1:30 in the morning? My man is right here. I open up the phone. It's somebody from Anua personally texting me. I have not been in direct contact with Anua. They have been in contact with my agency. Cool. It's them apologizing sincerely and they don't want to make me uncomfortable and miscommunication and we really value you. All this. Very cool, fine message with me. At 1:30 in the morning, I'm not going to respond to a business message. Now, this could be a cultural difference, a time difference issue. I know Anua Skincare is a Korean brand. Maybe they're operating on Korean time. And I don't know what that time difference is, but I'm not going to respond to that. So I go to sleep. At 3:43, I get another message reiterating the same thing, how they want to talk to me directly and that it was a miscommunication. Cool. I'm asleep. Great. I get another message at 5:30 in the morning, and this is where it starts to like go off the rails a little bit because at this point I'm like, who's texting me? Is this like an 18-year-old? Like, is this like somebody who's like young and just like playing around because they lose all the professionalism and they're texting me on some chill stuff. And now I could chalk this up to a cultural difference. They're explaining that they didn't know that Frontier was a quote whack-ass airline and that they brought gifts for me from Korea and they hand wrote me a letter and that they're so sorry and they don't want me to think they hate me. Like, and then they also proceed to tell me they did in fact book a hotel for me at the Cara Hotel and they sent the confirmation, but they think they sent it to an old email of mine, so no one knew. I don't know how this could have happened because they were in direct contact back and forth with my management. They were never in contact with me. I don't know what email they sent this to. When I asked my team, they said nothing about a hotel. They sent no confirmation. There was no mention of the Cara Hotel. And the thing is, I'm somebody, I operate from a genuine place. And so I don't assume malicious intent, which is why a lot of y'all was commenting, Anayka, no, none of this was cool. None of this was cool. I am somebody, I do things genuinely, so I'm not assuming that people are slighting me, right? So when they hit me up and they was like, oh, we'll pay for travel, I'm like, cool, that's your budget. It's whether I'm willing to do it or not. Then they're like, okay, do economy? Okay, maybe you overextended yourself. Cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, I could get down with a smaller brand. I don't know what's y'all budget, whatever. But then it's when we hit Frontier, that's when I'm like, you trying to play with me? Cool. I can understand if it was a miscommunication, a once-time type of thing, whatever, if it wasn't for so many other girls hitting me up, telling me their experience with Anua doing similar things, poor communication, ghosting, canceling last second. It's clear that y'all have some sort of issue on the communication side of this. I use Anua skincare too. The products is fine, I guess. You know what I mean? But it's like, if so many people have the same thing to say, why don't y'all fix that? And they still really want to meet up with me, and even if I might be uncomfortable, and I'm somebody, I learned my fair share of lessons from evil men. I'm not a double backer. You know what I mean? Once I feel slighted, once I feel disrespected, I'm sorry. There's not going to be the PR campaign for me to fix the image. No, like, that's just not my vibe. I appreciate you explaining, which is what I said. Thank you so much for explaining. I appreciate it, but for me, it's cool. It's done. I'm in LA to do whatever it is I'm about to do. So that's the wrap on the Anua story. You can draw your own conclusions. And yes, there are far more serious things going on in the world, but nonetheless, this helps advocate for other people to get better treatment when dealing with brands. If I would have accepted the pickle juice, I would be sitting here drinking pickle juice. Like, also, never mind about them probably being in a different time zone. The screen recording of them showing me the hotel confirmation, it said 2:19 in the morning. So they were just texting me at this hour of the morning.
So people were actually trying to defend the team a little bit by saying the poor girl thought she was going to lose her job by morning. It kept her up all night and she was trying to get this resolved before she clocked in. You guys should really pause and read the text messages of the little screen recording that she posted. It cracks me up. It really, that entire thing made my day. We have heard a lot from both parties. It's time to hear from me and what I think. It's time for Mind Over Media. Welcome to Mind Over Media, which is my mind over the media, my perspectives on the controversy. As always, no hate is intended. These are just my perspectives. So, I don't even know where to start. So obviously, the problem is deeper than broken clothing pieces and cheap plane tickets, of course. There's this pattern where brands, especially aesthetic-driven ones or luxury brands, they build their image on being elevated. Well, their campaigns are so polished and their PR is so dreamy. They're all about making people feel inclusive and giving diversity to different campaigns, making their community feel valued and beautiful. But how they treat people who want to support them and promote their items, they just fall through every time. This obviously isn't about all brands. There's many brands who treat their promoters wonderfully. But in a scenario where that's not the case, there's brands who will use your face, your creativity, and your promotion, but they won't offer you proper rates. They'll go silent in negotiation, they'll move around your flight last minute, and then they treat you like you should be grateful for getting this opportunity to begin with. Now, you guys may be thinking that Miu Miu and Wisdom's situation doesn't cross these lines, but it does, okay? Not because of Miu Miu and Wisdom specifically, but Miu Miu as a brand in general. We saw the video with the glasses, and I've seen more things about Miu Miu while I was researching this entire thing, where Miu Miu's clothing pieces are cheap, okay? And why they fall under this pattern is because you're selling cheap clothing pieces for thousands of dollars for them to break. Like people were saying in the comments, what happens when someone who isn't an influencer posts about this and wants a refund? So if they're making cheap clothing pieces and selling it for a lot of money and they're breaking, like that just shows to begin with they don't care about the receiver of the clothing, okay? They don't care about their community, because if they did, they would stop making cheap clothing for the cost of a diamond ring. You know what I mean? I've had so many experiences with brands, they just fall short on customer service and making their promoter happy. These situations make it clear that some brands don't value the creator, they value conversion. My overall point is that if you're a content creator yourself, or even if you work a day job 9 to 5, whatever it is that you do, you don't owe these brands or these people or anybody your time, your audience, or your creativity, especially if you're being treated like an afterthought. You can apply this to any job, anything that you do in life. It's also our job as an audience to stop falling for these aesthetic and luxury brands that don't care about us. Look at how these companies promote themselves. Look at how they treat their content creators. When someone speaks out, you listen. Real luxury isn't about branding. It's about being respected, paid fairly, and communicated with, taken seriously, and obviously this all should be the bare minimum. And if brands don't understand that, they don't deserve the platform that they're trying to stand on. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. You've heard enough from me. Let's hear from you guys. Obviously, everyone's been through this, but I want to know your guys' experience with buying from brands online that seemed great and luxurious, but they were treating you weirdly behind the scenes. Do you guys think that more creators should be 100% honest with us and start speaking about these brands, even if it risks a lot of things like on their platform? Do you guys think that brands should care more about their company or the people that they're attempting to serve? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know. And yeah, okay, love you. Bye. Mwah.